Hey everybody, welcome back to Cooking with Dad. As you've probably heard before, this is actually my second YouTube channel, and I gotta tell you, my feelings are a little hurt. My first video, which only dropped like a day or so ago, Dad's Chicken Enchilada Casserole, it's got like 150 views, and it's the first video of cooking that I've put out. So I'm a little surprised by that. But I think I know what did it. Y'all see a fat guy on your TV and you go, oh boy, it's gotta be good, he's fat. No, that's really not what it is. What it is cheap food ain't good for you. And that's why I'm fat. But I grew up in New Mexico. And in the late 80s and the early 90s, there was this somewhat small independent chain, and I know there was some in every town, called Teriyaki Chicken Bowl. And when my kids were little, we would go to Teriyaki Chicken Bowl, and I would get a combo bowl, and my wife would get a chicken bowl, and my son would maybe get a beef or a chicken bowl, and the girls would get a chicken bowl. And eventually those businesses all closed up. But for now, I'm going to show you how to make a nice knockoff teriyaki chicken bowl. And again, like I've mentioned, most all our stuff comes from Walmart. We grew up cooking on a budget. So I have my Walmart chicken thighs. You can use breasts if you like, and I generally am a white meat person. My wife will tell you that I love breasts. But when it comes to teriyaki chicken, really thighs are a little bit better. Then we're going to need some carrots. I happen to have baby carrots here because I was eating them with ranch. You can use full-size carrots and then just cut them at an angle. Got 2 little heads of broccoli. Seems like all the vegetables these days are coming smaller and smaller. Must be a supply chain issue because of the coronavirus. I got my Walmart instant white rice. I got a little reduced fat soy sauce. Got some brown sugar. I don't know if you know this, but teriyaki sauce is basically soy sauce and sugar or honey, and sometimes people put a little ginger into it. I have teriyaki sauce that we'll actually put over the top as needed when we're done. You all know I love my garlic salt. And some sesame seeds for garnish. So first thing we're going to do is wash these chicken breasts. We're going to cut them, cut the fat out if there is any, and get them in the frying pan. While they're going, we will start our white rice. And then while that's going, we will make the sauce to garnish the chicken in. And then we'll get the vegetables steaming, and it'll all come together in just a few minutes. This is fun, easy to make. You can do it with your kids, make it interactive, have a good time with it. And it's one of the few things I make that's not full of fat. Okay, let's do our chickens. So I'm gonna do 3 or 4 chicken breasts. I'm sorry, I'm so used to it. 3 or 4 chicken thighs. You get them out of the package. This particular set, they're already deboned. I want a little bit of fat on them because fat is flavor. And we'll see how many we got to work with here. I'm going to do half of this package. All right, this one's got a little fat. I think we're going to leave it though. So this is 4 thighs. This one here I am going to trim off. All you do to trim it off is literally slide the knife up against it and start cutting. All right, there you go, just like that. Man, this chicken must have been a little bit like me. It's got some fat thighs. The others weren't too bad. All right, there we go. So I'm going to rinse these, then I'm going to pat them dry, and then we're going to get them in the oven. I'm sorry, not the oven, the stove. Okay. The great thing about doing this for YouTube and having your wife still live with you is she'll clean up the mess when I'm done. Really, she should be the one behind the camera. She's a lot prettier than I am. But some of them guys saw my first video and said I had a face for radio. I don't know what that meant, but that's that. Okay, so 4 dry thighs. Next, I'm going to go ahead and prep my broccoli crowns. And I like to get as much stem as possible, but sometimes when you buy them, you get big stems. Sometimes you get little stems. What's most important is you get broccoli in it. And when it comes time to cooking these, we're only going to blanch them. What blanch means, to those of you that are not in the know like I am, is basically blanch means barely cooked. So it's still going to be a very crisp vegetable. You're not boiling it where your grandma will eat it. You're boiling where it's still very crunchy. It's going to stay bright green. And I can tell you that the baby carrots and the broccoli both take just about the same amount of time, and I'll show you how I check them when the time comes. Okay. Broccoli, carrots, chicken. Let's go to the stove. All right, here we go. I'm going to use this pan here I got from Costco. It's got the little ribbies in it. You can use a regular frying pan. You can use a wok. You can use whatever you like. We're going to start out on about medium-high. And while this is not great value olive oil, it is olive oil from Walmart. You want to give it a decent little drink because you want to kind of get some frying action going on. And we're going to let this heat up. I got a lid that doesn't fit right because this is a big ass pan, but we're going to get these chickens in here and get them going. While that's going, we're going to start the water boiling to do our veggies. We're getting there. As my little granddaughter would say, hot. It's too hot. All right, this pot's got to go up on high. So we'll get that water boiling and we'll put our chicken breasts in. I don't know why I keep saying breasts. They must be on my mind. We're going to get our chicken thighs in. You don't have to wait till the plate's scorching hot. You can throw them in at any time, and we're going to cover them up. You're going to get a splash of garlic salt. And they're going to get a little sprinkle of pepper. You probably can't hear it on the camera, but she's sizzling. So we're going to let it sizzle a little bit more. And this little pan is our rice pan. So we're going to get some rice going. Okay, so pan's getting hot. Chicken thighs are getting cooked. I'm going to cover these and let these roll for a minute. I'm going to get my rice going, and I got my water going to blanch our vegetables. Also, we have the spaghetti sauce from yesterday's video going as well. Okay, so I'm going to make a quick, rough teriyaki sauce. It's going to be thick. It's going to coat this chicken. We'll turn that chicken over in a second. It's going to be good. I got brown sugar and I got soy sauce. I use the low sodium soy sauce. And I'm just going to mix it till it's relatively combined, because when we throw it in the pan, it's going to thicken and crystallize and coat this chicken. And it's going to steam a lot too. And it's going to smell real good. So I can feel a little grit, but it's basically mixed. We'll give it a final stir before we throw it in. Here's our chicken. Just going to turn it over. Gonna let it go a little longer. She's almost done, folks. We're gonna be eating in no time. Okay, water's boiling, so we're gonna put in our broccoli and our baby carrots. This is probably gonna take not more than 5 or so minutes to be al dente. Also, oh, if you saw in the previous video, this is my man Zeus. He's our sous chef, and this is his spot to sit when I'm cooking because he knows what's coming. Okay, chicken appears to be, well, I turned off the wrong burner. Chicken appears to be just about done. So we don't want to get sick. Get you a digital thermometer. They're like 10 bucks from Amazon. Chicken needs to be cooked to an internal temperature of 165. I like a little bit better on mine. Thighs are nice and juicy, so there's not going to be a problem there. The only one of these thighs that's not quite there is the larger one. But after this, it will be. So I'm just going to take this mixture and into the pool we go. And we're going to flip it around a little bit. Let this cook off, and the sugar and the soy will stay on the meat. And then it'll give it a nice little browning. We got our rice over here, which is just about ready. When this is done, I'll show you how to cut them up and make a little presentation out of it. This will take 3 or 4 or 5 minutes to cook down. And then we'll be ready to go because our broccoli will be off. So this is how I check my vegetables. They look to me by the color that they're good to go. But all I'm going to do is just take the fork and stick one. And it's a tenderness thing, you know. Vegetables don't have to be cooked. That's what people sometimes forget. These are tender. They're right. This was 5 minutes or less. So now we're going to shut it off and dump it into our strainer. And don't worry, they're going to stay plenty warm till the rest of the food is done. So it's about at 5 minutes here. And you can see where this is browning up now, really nice. This top side here where the oven's a little bit crooked has not gotten quite dried out, but the bottom has. The top has, rather. So these are going to be ready to go. I'm 95% positive on that, but we'll stick the thermometer in one just to practice good kitchen skills. 155, 157, 161, 2, 3, 165. So this is ready. Like I said, I like mine to go just a little bit longer. So we'll flip it 1 or 2 more times, get all that crust that we're making in the pan onto our chicken. And it's going to be just about time. So I'm going to turn this off. We're going to let it rest for probably 2 minutes. We're going to get it up on the cutting board and we're going to get it ready to serve. I think you'll enjoy it. As Hannibal from the A-Team says, I love it when a plan comes together. Now we're going to get this plated up, make a little bit of a presentation, and Stacy and I are going to sit down to eat. So first thing I got here is my rice. I made 1.5 cups of rice and 1.5 cups of water for the 2 of us. I got carrots and broccoli. And then presentation goes a long way. You could flop it on the plate, but if it looks nicer, somehow people will think that it's going to taste better. So here's what the chicken looks like now that it's all glazed up and pretty. I'm going to put these two on her plate. Let me cut them. Yeah, I don't always cut as good as I should. And then no Asian dish would be complete without a few sesame seeds. So there it is, Dad's Teriyaki Chicken Bowl. Thanks for watching.